Welcome to the LDS Mental Health Podcast. This is a podcast for faithful women who want healing in their relationships, guidance from God, and internal peace. Each week, you'll hear mental health concepts taught through a spiritual lens from me, a licensed clinical mental health counselor, to help you start thinking in a higher and holier way. Welcome. On this episode, we will discuss learning to hear Him in the chaos. All right, today we're diving into something that I think all of us need right now. Learning how to hear the Savior even in the middle of all the chaos that's happening. There's one phrase that President Nelson keeps repeating, and I'm sure you've heard it a bunch of times too. It's the phrase, hear Him. He's not just saying it once, he's pleading with us to figure out how to do it. One quote that I really hit me where he talks about this is where he says, "Our Father knows that when we're surrounded by uncertainty and fear, what will help us the very most is to hear His Son. When we seek to truly hear His Son, we will be guided to know what to do in any circumstance." And I really love this quote because what he's saying there is uncertainty and fear are ahead, but the key, the one thing that will actually help is learning to hear the Savior. And let's be honest, President Nelson's not sugarcoating things, right? He said, "We are presently living in what is surely a most complicated time in the history of the world. It seems that we're accosted daily by an onslaught of sobering news. You may have had days when you wished you could don your pajamas, curl up in a ball, and ask someone to awaken you when the turmoil is over." Anyone else raising their hand feel that way? So what I want to do is I want to take a moment and see what came to your mind when you heard him say those words. What kind of chaos are you personally navigating in your life right now? What's overwhelming or exhausting you? What's keeping you up at night? Because that's the chaos he's talking about. And it's in the middle of that storm that we're supposed to hear the quiet, still, small voice of the Spirit. No wonder it feels hard, right? Elder Renlund gave us a great visual on this when he said, trying to feel the Spirit while you're full of strong emotions like anger, fear, or frustration is like trying to taste a grape right after eating a jalapeno pepper. And that's really real, right? The Spirit can feel so far away when the world is loud and heavy. So what happens when that still small voice of the Spirit is blocked? When we can't hear Him? Well, it shows up in our lives in very real ways, right? So I want to talk you through some of them. And I want you to do a little self check-in here, okay? I want you to count how many of these you've felt lately. Okay, one thing that the Savior can do for us when we can hear Him is to know where our time is best spent and be more productive. But when you're not receiving that time beyond your own from the Savior, you might feel some of these symptoms. So I want you to hold up a finger if you felt stressed that there isn't enough time to do everything. Or if you feel disorganized, like everything's just scattered in your life. Or if you get distracted easily and you get unfocused or feel unfocused frequently. Or if you always feel like you're falling behind and you can't catch up. Okay, keep those fingers up. And let's look at another angle that the Savior can help you with. And that is helping your struggling loved ones or improve your relationships. But if you're not receiving help from the Savior with your relationships, then you might feel some of these symptoms. So hold up another finger if you ever feel angry when people you love aren't doing what they should. Or if you worry that something bad might happen to them. Or if you feel guilty that you're not meeting their needs. Or if you feel helpless, unsure, or how to support your loved ones. Okay, keep those fingers up. We're going to look at another angle. The Savior can also help you heal and manage your emotions, so you can spend a lot more quality time doing what you love. But if you don't receive that kind of help from the Savior, you might feel some of these symptoms. So add a finger if you feel like you're failing when you mess up, or if you feel inadequate compared to others, or if you feel exhausted from trying to keep up, or if you're overwhelmed by everything on your plate. All right, keep those fingers up. One last angle that the Savior can help you with is that he can provide you peace in your unchangeable situation. If you're not receiving his peace in these situations, though, you might feel some of these symptoms. So I want you to add a finger if you can't sleep or like your mind won't shut off. Or if you feel confused about the direction, purpose, or a direction or purpose of your life. Or if you're disappointed with what's not getting done. Or if you feel out of control, like life is just happening to you. All right, how many fingers are you holding up now? Did you have to take off some shoes and keep up some of those toes to keep it going? If you did, no shame, you're not alone. But the truth is, when all of that is going on, how well do you think you can really hear him? Not very well, right? And when we can't hear him, we start reacting from that place of stress and confusion. And we get stuck in this cycle, and that chaos just keeps feeding itself. But there is good news. You can learn to hear him in the chaos. And when you do, everything changes. You'll tap into that power beyond your own, and then you're going to be able to stop wasting time and start accomplishing more in less time. And you'll become a vessel for the Savior's love, especially in how you support the people you care about. And you'll move with confidence and peace, even when life isn't peaceful. You'll learn to heal and manage your emotions to cope with life's daily challenges. Sounds pretty good, right? So if you want to break that chaos cycle and start hearing him more clearly, I have a class for you. I'm teaching 4 free classes called Hear Him in the Chaos. They start on June 11th and run till the 14th, and you're absolutely invited. There are 4 different times and days that you can attend. They're all the same class. I just wanted to offer options for everyone. So just pick one and come and learn. In this class, I'll walk you through 5 simple, practical steps to start hearing him more clearly, even when life feels anything but quiet. And you can register using the link in my show notes. It's totally free, and I would love to see you there. So take a deep breath. You've got this. You're not alone, and you can really learn to hear him even in the chaos. All right, I hope I see you in class. Thank you for listening to the LDS Mental Health Podcast. I hope you were able to find ways of healing, guidance, and peace. If you liked this episode, please share it with a friend who would love to start thinking in a higher and holier way as well. Or hit that follow button so you don't miss out on any episodes. Also, check out the links in my show notes for other episodes you might like and links for other mental health resources on my website.